Listen, I'm sorry. I'm no fan of Judge Joe Brown. To me, he's been reduced down to just an angry old, crotchety old ass man that ain't got no woman because he's forever angry. Just why are we? Why would you bring to the world your issues with Judge Greg Mathis? Judge Greg Mathis, from what I gather, ain't never spoke on you. How are you this old and you come into the internet with pettiness? Sir, this is not what men do, right? I didn't know men aired out grievances like this on open forums. I thought men kept this shit private and met in the back alley and handled it that way and never to be spoken of again, right? I thought that's what men do. So now y'all confusing me about what men how they take care of business. So now you bring it to the internet. Okay, yeah, classic boomer. Judge Joe Brown is disgusting to me, man. And y'all, and I say y'all, but y'all let this motherfucker get away with this shit. I ain't seen nobody call out Judge Joe Brown for the ignorancy, for the nonsense. This man's in his 80s. This is y'all's grandfather. Papa, why are you on the internet talking? What are you doing, Papa? Why? Come on, let's go.
You and Judge Mathis, is everything cool between both of y'all? Because I know he made some comments telling you to come see him.
Oh, he's part of that thing too. Have you noticed at home with Judge Mathis with all of that rainbow stuff that they push? See, Hollywood tried to get me to do the same thing. I said, hell no, you're on your own with that. I'm not doing it, but he did. See, he punked out and joined the gang, and then he says he got out when his mama got sick. So he does his thing, and one of the most embarrassing moments I ever had as a black attorney or as a black man was in front of 5 members of the U.S. Supreme Court and the Second Circuit Court of the Judiciary. They were having a judicial conference. They had invited me.
Hey, everybody take a shot when you hear Judge Joe Brown say judiciary. Take a shot every time you hear Judge Joe Brown say judiciary. Okay? Every time you hear the word judiciary, take a shot. I got a new drinking game for y'all. Every time you hear this old crotchety man say judiciary, take a shot.
Judge Napolitano and Judge Mathis to lecture them for 2 hours on television in the courtrooms, because at that point, 20-some years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court and the appellate courts of the United States and other courts were concerned about opening the courts back up again to broadcast media. He declined the show and he said, I'm sorry, I'm rehearsing for a gospel play.
Okay, well that's on him. That's on him, Judge. Why? Once again, adding to the trope that black men cannot get along. This is a beef we did not need to know about. This is a beef we did not need to. How is this improving y'all's life, knowing that Judge Joe Brown does not like Judge Greg Mathis? How is this improving your life? Show me where this makes you a better man or woman, knowing this man has an issue with another man, damn near his age. They could have handled this shit in somebody's back alley. How does this make you a better man or woman, y'all? How is this helping add to your household? How is this making you a better mate to your spouse? How? Let me go find what Judge Joe Mathis said, because I'm sure it was in response to what Joe said, right? Okay, is this it? Okay, here we go.
Well, by 2015, Judge Mathis was on his 16th season, which makes you the longest serving African-American and black court show ever, surpassing Judge Joe Brown, which lasted 15 seasons. You and Joe Brown, were you associates at that point, or?
No, we were never associates. I think he said some slick shit about me, and I'm petty.
Yeah, he said he had better ratings than you, and he doesn't like how you support the rainbow. meaning gay people.
Mhm.
Your son is gay.
And my brother was, my favorite brother was.
Your brother as well.
Mhm.
Just perfectly fine.
And my mother accepted my brother and his friends, so they come over, so it was normalized around me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop there. Let's stop there. Okay, so now this is why it makes sense why Mathis was like, I'm gonna bow out. I gotta okay, let's continue. Let's go back here.
So I found that embarrassing. You're doing a church gospel play and you miss out on an opportunity to address the Second Circuit Court of Appeals for the United States. I think there are 3 or 4 former members of that circuit that are on the U.S. Supreme Court right now. The Supreme Court itself is part of that circuit for educational and continuing legal educational purposes. And you missed the opportunity to do that because you're in a gospel rehearsal. That's clown show stuff. And then that crap he does about endorsing LGBTQIA+ on that At Home with Mathis. And the fact that when I was on, I was number 1 and 2, and he was down 150, 160 in the ratings, flunkying out, doing what he did, acting ignorant.
Okay. This is beef sector. Everybody gets infected by with the YouTube virus. Everybody at some point. This is sad. This is sad. I don't see how y'all letting Judge Joe Brown get away with this shit. Why y'all so scared to call this old fogey out? He's an old crotchety fogey. Like, grandpa, sit down and take your fucking meds and eat your Jello. Eat your applesauce. What are you mad about today? Why are you mad today, grandpa? What happened? Well, you know, I did this, you know, need to get kids. Okay, grandpa. Grandpa, really? Well, you know, I'm just saying, sometimes I get, you know, like, you know. Okay, grandpa, okay. You feel better now, grandpa? Okay, grandpa, night-night. Night-night, grandpa. Okay, this is the fuck we own. Oh my God. Papa, why? Okay, let's go back here. And
if somebody mess with my brothers, we go and they'd have a problem.
As it should be, man. You know, this is your son, this is your brother, this is family.
Yeah.
Why do you think, you know, Joe Brown took those types of shots at you?
Hell no. Joe Brown thinks he's a tough guy. He thinks he's a tough guy out of Memphis. That's why he was this super macho, toxic masculinity. You hear all the stuff he talks now. What did he say? You heard all that? All the things he said about Vice President Harris, called her a hoe and all of that. I bet he wouldn't call my wife no hoe.
Okay. Now let me stop there. Very, very important. Now for all us married men, we understand how it is to fight for the honor of your wife. Nigga, that's my wife. Okay? All bets are off. Right or wrong. Okay? So let's go here. Let's go back.
I never said anything about him, but he wanted to badmouth him because he apparently likes that Joe and Ho thing with Joe Biden and Ho Harris. And he got offended that I called his little fake negress a hoe, which she is. She's entitled to her sexual activity, but she did it for money and advantage, and that makes you a hoe if you do it for pay. Now, bottom line is he came up and said something like, if he called my wife a hoe, he'd have to answer to me. Well, I haven't called his wife a hoe, but I hope for his sake she ain't, because, you know, if you are, I might tell you what you are.
See, now, come on, y'all. Yeah, we see. Y'all let too much slide. Now you want to insinuate the man's. Yeah, come get y'all granddaddies. Now you want to insinuate if the man's wife was a hoe, you'd say, no, the fuck you would not listen. No. See, I blame y'all for this. I blame y'all for giving Judge Joe Brown the feeling that he could just come and say whatever and with no penalty, and it's Judge Joe Brown, y'all. No. Sit your old ass down and eat your applesauce, man. What the that ain't gonna be true. Hey, Truth gonna be the cool old head that be like, I would hate for any one of us to end up like Judge Joe Brown. This is not it. This man's supposed to be hanging out with the grandkids. Okay, the grandkids. Well, Papa. You supposed to be having lunch dates with the grandkids. No, this ain't it, man. This ain't it.
So he talked and he wanted to badmouth it, and I think he was trying to deal with bravado, but, he said something, I know where I can find him in Memphis. Well, you want to be a fool enough to set yourself up for that, go right ahead. I thought it was foolish, and I thought it was typical, and that's why he lasted so long. I was number one and number two, the number one money-making show for CBS that they bragged to their stockholders was making the whole operation so profitable, and he was down there. He's one of those shows that makes low-level commercial money, and you can keep on forever.
Hey, why are you downplaying another black man's success? We had 2 black judges on TV. Why are you downplaying what he did? Y'all both did the same content. What the fuck you mean? What do you mean you both did the same content? What do you... Judge Mathis was a little bit more relatable because he was younger, right? His upbringing was more relatable to younger folk, and then he'd be like, "You smoke crack, don't you?" It was a come on, don't do this. Don't disrespect another man's success. Stop this nonsense. This is not it. This is not it. Okay, let's get back to Judge Mathis.
Now, you can call me whatever you want. If he'd called my wife, and I don't understand, is it Doug Emhoff, or the husband? Oh, no, all that first man or second man, all that would have went out the window. I'd be right up in there in that studio. So, no, he tries to be a tough guy, even his persona now. About toughness. He wanted them tough people to say, hold me back. He wanted them tough ones, hold me back. Yeah, and then I hope you hear this or see this. You got my address. You want me to give it to you, or you give it to him, Vlad, if you don't like what I'm saying. Because he talked that slick shit about me, and I'm against violence. I'm anti-violent, but I will defend myself.
Yeah, I think you can take Judge Joe Brown. He's like 90 years old at this point. And I've interviewed him before. Cool dude. But he has very strong opinions about certain things. He said that,
man, listen. Yeah, you know why? Because I think mofos were enamored with Judge Joe Brown as he got older. When he got off the airways, when he got off TV, he's kind of free to be himself. We was all rocking with Joe when he was calling Tina Turner a pimp and a hoe. This is when y'all fell in love with Judge Joe Brown. When he told y'all the real spill about Tina Turner, how she really was as nasty and just as bad, if not worse than Ike. That's when y'all fell in love with Judge. Like, Judge just he told the real truth about Tina. Yeah. Okay, great. Now this man is been reduced down to knocking down another man's success. You understand? Now he just spouts off at the mouth. Like, come on, man. Nah. At some point, even your man's is wrong. Your man's ain't always 100% correct. Even sometimes you're like, hey, come on, chill, man. You doing too much. Come on, man. Stop that. Ain't nobody say, hey, Judge, stop that. Come on. Hey, we ain't got to do all that. Ain't nobody here to check this old fool. No one's checking Judge Joe Brown. Dana damn sure ain't she just let him run off and just say what the fuck ever. I get it. Clicks and views. I get it. Clicks and views. Okay, that's what we're here for. Clicks and views.
And he was amenable to pushing the rainbow cult. So he did that. See, what they do is they'd invite you to parties, and you go to the party, you first get in this, and oh man, look at all the beautiful women. And then, wait a minute, what's that going on over there? It's no. And you pull your cell phone out, baby, what you doing? Look here, I'm leaving this set. Let me drop by and pay you a visit. So I'm getting the hell out.
Bruh, Steve Coakley told us what happened with MLK. What you talking about? Before Judge Mathis, it was Steve Coakley. Let's not do this. Let's not do revisionist history about who dropped knowledge first. Dick Gregory told us. Steve Coakley told us. Bobby Hemmett told us long before Judge Joe Mathis. Don't do this. Don't look for reasons to validate why y'all letting this old fucker go off the rails. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to give Judge Joe Brown an out. Okay? Steve Coakley, rest in peace. told us first.
Out of here. And then they start inviting you back. You go back to them, not me. And see, they get you caught up in there and get trapped if you fell into that. They take your belt off, help you pull your britches down, your boxes, and bend you over, and you'd be part of the initiate. You had a catechism, and you'd be helping that out so they could poison the minds of America with "you have no purpose, you have no cause, get rid of your masculinity."
Hey, I have not seen. I had no desire to do so. I have no desire. I'll catch it on streaming. I'll catch it on streaming, but after the one scene I read about, I'm good. When she sticks the gun in the white man's ass, Sean Penn's ass, I don't want to watch that shit. I'm cool. No, thank you.
Be emotional and, get upset and think somebody's supposed to take care of you. So that was a poisonous thing. So like some other people who were involved, I refused to get involved with, well, not involved, but other people who were doing stuff. I refused to get involved with that social scene in Hollywood because it's just poisonous. Just completely poisonous, and they have an agenda. So
hey,
yeah.
wasn't Joe Brown out here whooping on his woman's ass? You know what? Come on, man. See, I got to go here with y'all. I got to tell you about your grandpa business. I believe Judge Joe Brown's out here putting hands on women. Come on, wait. Judge Joe Brown. Come on, man. Let me see. Who did he beat up? What woman did he beat up? Who did he beat up? Beat up woman. Who did he beat up? What woman did he? Oh shit. Oh, that's who she was talking about. Ooh. Now, why ain't Judge Joe Brown sued? Oh no, she never said his name. Never mind. She never said his name. Now, I'm not a proponent of believe all women. You know me, I don't believe all women for shit. Okay.
That's what happens. That's what makes it hard for women to speak up.
On the Way Up with Angela Yee podcast, Cheryl Lee Ralph revealed that she was once sexually assaulted at a TV network event.
This man walked in, grabbed me by the back of my neck, turned me around, and rammed his nasty tongue down my throat.
Oh my God.
Now, this wasn't some random person at the public event. No, this is a fellow television star that Cheryl only identifies as.
This was a famous TV judge.
Narrowing down when this occurred, Cheryl gives us one key piece of information.
The mayor of New Orleans at the time was, why am I blanking on his name?
Mark Morial?
Mark Morial.
Mark Morial was in office from 1994 to 2002. Now, Cheryl also says,
I was handling my business for the television show I was on at that time. He and I were on the same network.
Now, Cheryl did appear on several TV shows in that window of 1994 to 2002, but her most prominent role was Moesha, the sitcom that ran from 1996 to 2001. Moesha was on the now defunct UPN network and was produced by Big Ticket Television. Big Ticket Television also produced Judge Joe Brown. That's where the speculation has led people at this point. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not accusing Judge Joe Brown of any crimes. It's certainly plausible someone else allegedly assaulted Cheryl Lee Ralph. I'm simply saying that the online speculation right now of people, taking what Cheryl Lee Ralph did give us in that interview and putting it together, some people have decided that must be Judge Joe Brown. Now, obviously, the story isn't over. Cheryl also says that the network asked her to cover it up.
And everybody at the network saw it. Somebody at the network tapped me on the shoulder. They said, please don't.
It's very tricky territory to get into in these types of circumstances where you don't name the person's name, yet you give enough detail that people can speculate. And what ends up happening is a lot more names than necessary get pulled into the narrative. This happened with Who Bit Beyonce. It happened to the royal family when Harry and Meghan revealed that one family member speculated over what Archie's possible skin tone would be. Just as Harry and Meghan made sure to state that it wasn't.
Okay. So, did he threaten to sue her?
Justin, around
what to do and what not to do when you feel as if your name may have been invoked in some shit.
Yeah.
Well, Shirley Ralph, of course, played the mom on Moesha. She had a really unfortunate encounter with an unnamed TV judge at that time. Judge Joe Brown quickly came forward with a threat to sue.
But sir, she never said your name. Why'd you come forward to threaten to sue if she never mentioned your name? Whoa, I didn't know about that. I didn't know he threatened to sue her. For what? She never said your name, sir. Oh no.
The saying, don't come for me unless I send for you.
What she said was we were on the same network. People, assumed that's who she was talking about. But sir, you're a hit dog and you're hollering.
Yeah.
Why?
The best thing to do is say nothing.
People got to start shutting the fuck up.
Well, first of all, ain't nobody said Joe nor Brown together in a sentence in about 15 years at least. Some of these judges that look like you and me, I feel have sacrificed the integrity of the culture for the sake of a cheap.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Y'all got it. Okay. Okay, that's right. He went to jail for contempt in the child support case. Remember, Judge Joe Brown used to talk bad about all you black men on child support. Don't ever forget that. He blamed y'all for being on child support. Right? Remember, it's your fault you're on child support. Okay, remember that. Don't ever forget that shit. Don't ever forget that shit. Let's get back to this. Let's go back to Judge Mathis.
Tyler Perry's role as Medea is bad for black people.
Did they say that about Tootsie, that movie? Did they say
Dustin Hoffman?
Dustin Hoffman was bad for white people?
I feel like black people take a lot more heat when they wear dresses and, in terms of entertainment and so forth.
Well, our men have...
No. What happened was his wife, Judge Joe Brown's wife, didn't want to do shit with her life. She was a smoker. He said out of his mouth, she was a smoker. So he married a druggie, a drug addict. Judge Joe Brown married a drug addict. She didn't want to do nothing in life but live off his money. She didn't want to work, or she had a little job, the same job. She never increased her income. Blah blah blah. When they got divorced, he had to pay her a bunch of money and pay the child support. So he married a fucking a listless, shiftless woman. Mr. Integrity. Mr. You the reason why your life, because you chose a poor woman. You chose badly. Old manosphere ass head ass nigga, right? Blaming you men because the women you chose in your life and the reason why you on child support and why your family's broken up. Meanwhile, this old fucker here married a pothead, a no ambition, no motivation having ass woman. He married this woman and lived off his money. He finally divorced her, and he had to pay her some money and pay her child support. And he violated in court, acting a goddamn fool with the child support, and spent 3 days in jail. Fuck y'all talking about? This is the Judge Joe Brown that y'all celebrating, and y'all don't want to check this old fool. All right, got you.
Have been black men have been emasculated throughout our journey here.
Right.
Certainly doing
exactly
when we
Kayana.
were enslaved and forced to have sex with women just to produce property as they regarded us. So yeah, there is a sensitivity the emasculating us.
Yes.
So I think that may be where that comes from.
Right. But I also interview a lot of comedians like Ari Spears, who did Mad TV, who had no problems wearing dresses. If it's in a comedy setting,
Yeah, I think some people, when you're looking at it as a serious matter, that's the context they put it in. And he's looking at it as a serious matter, Joe Brown, in that sense. And so in that sense, or in the sense that they make you wear a dress, as some say, to get roles out here. And maybe that's how Dustin Hoffman and what's his partner that became one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Dustin Hoffman's partner? Who was this?
No, he was in the movie with him, Tootsie.
Oh, hold on. Tootsie.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to Angry Joe.
Yeah, that's Mathis. He can take his punk self somewhere else and go deal with his rainbow fixation. What is it, all his children on a rainbow, man, what have you not been doing? They're so sensitive. But anyhow, I found it funny.
Yeah, he called you a fake tough guy.
Well, I'm a man. I've tested my personal courage and bravery. I haven't let myself down. I've been in some interesting adventures that he hasn't, and
yeah, man. Listen, I realized too late that once you set the stream, you can't change it. I was trying to change it midstream, and it won't let me. So, sorry, bro. This will be one of the few last times I do this vertical shit. We only did it because the numbers are going up, but now the algorithms kind of slowed down a bit, and I'm gonna go back to landscape.
I didn't run. I've done some things in the real world he hasn't, so that's okay. I don't consider myself a tough guy. I consider myself a man. I've met Muhammad Ali. I had a long conversation with George Foreman. We used to hang around, He was a nice guy to hang with. I knew
okay,
Huey.
You care about all this? I don't care about all this. Oh, okay. Listen, I blame y'all for letting this old man. We should not be knowing about this. Like, somebody get Pawpaw, sit him down, give him his meds, change his diaper, get his applesauce, put the meds in his applesauce. Hey, Pawpaw, the airplane's coming. The airplane, open up. Yeah, we need that for Judge Joe Brown. Okay, I can't. That's all I got.